It is here that his head was chopped off, and of course it was held to the crowd. And in front of the crowd, it was shouted out, "This is the head of a traitor. This is the head of a traitor." Hi, my name is Seán Napier and I do the 1798 tour here in Dublin. I'm here at the statue of Theobald Wolfe Tone, and today I'm going to take you in a few little spots to remind us all of that time in 1790s Dublin, and specifically 1798 and 1803. Come and join me. So I'm here now at the statue of Theobald Wolfe Tone in St Stephen's Green. And of course Theobald himself is a Dubliner, went to Trinity College, and of course he would be the founder of the Society of United Irishmen in Belfast in 1791. Later in Dublin, in November of 1791, he would found the Dublin Society of United Irishmen. Of course from there he would lead and become one of the leaders of the rebellion of 1798. And of course, Wolfe Tone in 1795 heads to Belfast, and there he meets his Presbyterian radical friends, and they plot the next stage of rebellion. He would head off to America and then eventually arrive in France, and within 7 months he'd arrive back in Ireland with an army of 14,000 French troops. Unfortunately, he is caught within the next 6 months and he's put on trial. And of course, as we know, Wolfe Tone dies in prison. I'm now at the statue of the famous Robert Emmet, the Darling of Erin. And it is Robert who leads the 1803 rebellion, the United Irishmen rebellion. Of course, it's another failure like 1798. But he's more famous, of course, for his famous speech from the dock. Robert Emmet would later be trialled and executed. He is beheaded in Catherine Street in 1803. Let no man write my epitaph, for as no man who knows my motives dare not vindicate them. Let not prejudice or ignorance asperse them. Let them and me rest in obscurity and peace, and my tomb remain uninscribed, and my memory in oblivion, until other times and other men can do justice to my character. When my country takes her place among the nations of the earth, then and not until then, let my epitaph be written. I am done. I'm now at Trinity College here in the centre of Dublin. And of course, this is a university that Wolfe Tone and Robert Emmet would have attended. But at that particular time, Catholics, Presbyterians and women were not allowed to attend the university. But of course, later on, it is in this place that Wolfe Tone would meet Thomas Russell, the great northern leader of the United Irishmen, in Parliament buildings. So I'm now at College Green, and of course, right beside me here is the Bank of Ireland, but it used to be the Irish Parliament, and of course it was closed down in 1801 after the Act of Union. This is the first bicameral parliament on these islands. It is also the famous place where Wolfe Tone would meet Thomas Russell, two great leaders of the United Irishmen. I'm now at Eustace Street in central Dublin, and it is in this building, in the Eagle Tavern, in 1791, 1 month after the Belfast Society was formed, that the foundation of the Dublin Society was formed. Here present was Wolfe Tone, Thomas Russell, and of course Napier who was chairing the meeting. But one person who was also there was a guy called Thomas Collins, and he of course was an informer, and he remained an informer right up to the rebellion in 1798. We're now in Dublin Castle, and this is the main centre of power in Ireland, not the Parliament down the road. It is said this is where it all was happening. This is where the Lord Lieutenant controlled all the land in Ireland. And of course in here, this is where the informers brought all their information about the United Irishmen. And one man who led that was a guy called Castlereagh, and he would be the person that would crush the United Irishmen in 1798. We're now at St. Boerberg's in Dublin city centre. And of course this is the burial place, or the burial church, of Lord Edward Fitzgerald, known as Citizen Fitzgerald. He dropped his title. He of course was shot by Major Sir, not too far from where we are today. It is here in the vaults that he is buried, and right beside him, above ground, is the man who shot him, Major Sir. I'm now here at St. Catherine's here in Thomas Street, and this is the execution spot of the Darning of Erin, Robert Emmet, in 1803 for leading the rebellion against the Crown. It is here that his head was chopped off, and of course it was held to the crowd, and in front of the crowd it was shouted out, "This is the head of a traitor. This is the head of a traitor." It is also to be remembered that in 1916 at the GPO, Padraig Pearse invoked the name of Robert Emmet, and how his sacrifice would encourage future Dubliners to make their blow for Irish freedom. Thank you very much for joining me on our whistle-stop tour of 1798 Dublin. So please come and join me and sign up for one of our tours. Thank you very much.